Hey everyone, welcome. Happy whatever day it is. This episode, entitled Paris, We Miss You. Jenn and I reminisce about Paris and discuss the undeniable benefits of a 3 or 4 day work week. Devlin, you're going to love this. The math suggests that this is the way to go. And anything that the math suggests must be true. So, Jenn and I have been really busy, but not too busy for you all. We put some time aside to connect with each other and record an episode. So we really hope you enjoy it. Let's just start really life over again. Okay. Let's just start. I'm going to blink my eyes and start my whole life over again. I was just born again.
Here we are.
Here we
Whoa.
are. Whoa, what is this place? I like it. It's walls and a ceiling. Very smart. It's very smart protection from the elements. I'm going to call this a house.
Crazy. How'd we end up here?
And look, there's a cat on the floor.
There's a kitty cat.
I like him. He looks cool.
He's cute.
Hi, I'm Kurt.
Jen.
Very nice to meet you. What? I have a tattoo.
What? I have the same one.
I think in this life we're married.
It appears that way.
Yeah, we have tattoos on our ring fingers. Jen's idea. And I loved it. I never thought I was going to get a tattoo. You know what? My wife asked me anything that I can do, I'm saying yes. Of course I am. Want to get tattoos? Yeah. Let's get tattoos. So we got matching ring tattoos.
Yeah. I love it. I hardly ever wear my ring now.
Yeah, I never wear my ring anymore. And I really love my ring. But tattoos are so practical.
Yeah, although yours does it look like it's fading a little bit more?
Uh-oh.
You don't want to go back.
It hurts so much.
I don't want to go back.
It hurt.
Mine's not that bad.
It was worth every sting. Because I love it.
Yeah.
No.
It was fun watching you.
Watching me squirmy wormy?
Yeah.
I'm glad I provided a solid 15 minutes of entertainment and pain.
You were cute.
Yeah, you on the other hand, girls have a higher tolerance for pain than men, and then you're a redhead, and here then that adds
we have a higher tolerance.
It's like an opposite even.
Yeah.
So you were like sitting there, and you admitted later it hurted, and at the time you were hurted later.
Yeah.
It hurted.
It hurted. So
Hurted's not a word?
No.
Hurted.
It hurt. And I admit it hurt later.
Am I getting to at a certain age, people in your life, and it's usually your parents you notice this with, and I know they've done it on shows before. Your parents reach a certain age where they just start making up words.
Yeah.
And it almost seems like they're just saying stuff wrong, and you're like, why are they saying everything wrong?
Yeah. They just stop caring, I guess.
Hurted is, I hope it's not a sign of more.
It's not a segue into that. It's not.
Okay.
When you live with me, it can't be, because it drives me insane.
What are you, like an English person? Like you probably love English so much you went for like a bachelor's and you're like, I need more English, and you went for a master's degree. I'm just totally guessing that. Tell me if I'm right.
How did you know? It's like you reached into my brain and pulled that out.
So what's fun? Let's do this.
A Saturday fun pack?
Oh, wow. Are you calling? Wow, what? Is that what's happening? Do you want a Saturday fun pack?
We never fun pack. We should fun pack.
We didn't fun pack this week. Yeah, that's right.
We haven't fun packed in weeks, and I think that's a problem, actually.
But we did a show on fun packing, and now everybody thinks we do it every week, and now they think we're a bunch of liars.
And now it's been we haven't been around.
We've been busy, yeah.
Last Friday I had my Hallmark Christmas con, so I was out. You were out. The week before we were on Long Island, so it's been a hot minute.
We were happily focusing on our stuff, but we didn't have a lot of us time. I didn't see you a lot. Can I ask you if you want to play a very short game?
Sure. I like games.
Okay. I'm going to say a statement with our eyes closed, and then you're just going to wait and see what comes to you.
So we're closing our eyes?
Yeah, closing our eyes. Little, you too.
Okay.
Ready? One of the funnest moments of your life. Hello. Welcome back to the show.
Okay.
That was fun. You went on a journey. I'd love to hear about your journey.
I'm just trying to cycle through memories of things where, like, that conjured up a feeling of having such a fun time. And the first one that really kind of resonated with me was when we went bar hopping in Paris.
Oh my God. That was a great time.
Yeah. That was just... We really were like A game. We went to like 4 different bars. We walked like 1,000,000 miles. It was so much fun. We were trying different cocktails. It was such a great time.
That was a fun time.
Yeah.
First of all, we had an Airbnb that was 1 story up and right on like a cute little street. Mm-hmm. Right?
Mm-hmm. And that delicious vegetarian Italian restaurant was like 4 doors down.
Oh my God, what was the name of that place?
I follow them on Instagram.
A vegetarian Italian place of all things, and it was really good.
Yeah.
Not just, I'm in France
Italian.
and here's an Italian place. No, it's top-notch food in any area of the world. Just a top-notch restaurant.
So delicious.
Yeah.
We went twice because we liked
it
it so much.
Because it was phenomenal. Oh, you followed them and you don't know their name. I love it. You have to look.
I have to
look. We got to give them a shout out.
You know what's annoying? It's like on the tip of my tongue. Oh, yeah. Restaurant Sense Eat.
Restaurant Sense Eat?
Yeah.
Restaurant Sense Eat in Paris, the Italian vegetarian place. We love you.
Yeah,
we love you.
Because I brought the pictures up, so you got to see it.
We were in Paris 2 nights, and we went to eat with you 2 nights. That's how much we loved you. And there's a lot of good restaurants in Paris. We didn't want to know them. We wanted to know you again and again. It was that good.
Look, some burrata with tomatoes and fresh basil, the Aperol spritz.
Drinks.
Yeah, we had a bunch of drinks. I don't even know.
I know. Oh, you remember what was funny? The 3 of us, because this is the end of our trip. We were there for like 2 weeks. We're speaking some French at this point.
Yeah.
We can get the basics down. So we get the basics down.
Crazy.
So we're 2 Americans in France who know Italian learning French.
Yeah.
And we got Italian people who speak French but also know English. And throughout the whole 2 nights, the 3 of us were going between all 3 languages.
Yeah,
it was hysterical.
That was funny.
We all wanted to speak Italian.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to speak Italian. There's an Italian place. We love Italy. We know how to speak Italian. They're from Italy. They speak Italian. Like, we all wanted to speak Italian, but we slipped into English.
It was so weird. It was so weird.
We slipped into French, too. It was the craziest 3-language conversation going on. And before going to France, Jen and I knew 0 French. Shout out to the French people, the French country. We love you. Everybody was so nice, and I just had a wonderful time there everywhere I went. And to have a wonderful time everywhere speaks to the energy of a place, and then to place after place after place speaks to the energy of a country. And we had such a great time.
Oh, yeah. Here was the pictures from the dinner.
Love on the wall.
Yeah.
That was just such a great time.
Wait, where is it?
Yeah, we're pretty...
We hit the bar first.
I guess I just saw our faces and we look pretty trash there. I'm guessing when you are staying 3 doors, 4 doors down from a place, you can get a little more...
Well, and around the corner was that bar.
So wait,
it was called like Arbane. And we went there once. That was good.
Right,
Look at that picture of you.
Let's take the people through it. Because if you go to Paris and you don't know what to do, we're going to run you through a fantastic time we had.
Oh, yeah. No, we started at this place, Arbane.
Okay, Arbane was like around the block from us.
It was around the block from us.
Yeah, so not even a far, like quarter-mile tops. Like
and that was delicious.
There was no kind of speakeasy stuff going on there because there's a lot of really cool speakeasy stuff going on in Paris. You have to go.
Right.
You have to go.
But this place had really good cocktails. They were known for the cocktails. So it wasn't like a speakeasy, but they had some good drinks.
And everyone was really nice there. And they all spoke perfect English.
Yeah.
It was probably better English than me because I listen to myself sometimes and I'm like, what's just going on there in your head? So that place was great.
The place that
We talked to the bartender.
and he was from another, like, where he lived in other countries.
He had wanderlust.
Yeah.
He's like traveling around, and we were totally like feeding it. Like, where
Yeah.
you going next? We know we're gonna run into you again.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what he looked like, but I know we're gonna know when we run into him again. And I guarantee we're gonna run into him again. We're gonna run into him again in America. Remember, he said he wanted to get here.
Wasn't he one of these people? That guy in the back?
I don't remember.
Oh, really? But I know we're gonna run into him.
Yeah, I do.
We're gonna run.
I'll know when I see him.
That's him. I could have sworn that was him.
Oh, wow. We don't know anything about our lives, so what do we really know about it all? But then again, thank God the show's called Nonsense. It covers us from this. Okay, let's put the night together in a way that's comprehensible where people don't have to hear us fumbling and jibber
Yeah, so
jabber.
let's maybe start again.
No, I'm editing out any bits and pieces. So we go to dinner. This is how I'm reconstructing the night the way I want to remember it.
Oh,
we go to dinner at the Italian place that we love.
We didn't go to dinner. We went out for a beverage at Arbane. Then from there, we went to Candelaria and we waited and had Mexican food at the bar. So that was the place that had...
Well, you have to find this place.
Yeah.
We'll tell you.
My friend Abby told me about it.
I love places where you walk in and say if you walked in and you were blindfolded, you just sat down and you ate the food, you'd be like, I love this food, it's phenomenal. It's like almost like The Voice. It doesn't matter. You're expecting an older person, it's a younger person. You're expecting a girl and it's a guy, and like, you know, it doesn't matter. You don't care what you see when you see. You're just happy to then realize what you're seeing. So this place is very simple, very basic. It's not a fancy place at all. I think there was one table, right?
Like maybe 6 people at the countertop, and then there was like one table shoved in a corner that could sit like 4 or something people.
Yeah, and
it's that small.
And there were people waiting to get in there and sit there, and we waited to sit and get in there because the food is phenomenal and the people are so nice.
And it was just a fixed menu. Like all they had were tacos, they had some street corn, and they had like chips and salsa. And, like, that was pretty much it.
So you have to go there. And then while you're there, FYI, the fun part, while we're sitting there, did you notice anything strange going on?
Yes, all of the people looking, like, really nice, like, dressed in, like, you know, nice clothes were coming in and out of this unmarked white random door.
Looked like a kitchen door, right? Like
yeah.
the dishwasher's back there or something.
Yeah, something.
You know, it just looks like a door you don't go in. It looked like a place that didn't have a bathroom. Door you don't go in, but then these really well-dressed people would come in past us in a like bare bones place and walk, disappear behind the kitchen door.
Secret door.
Yeah.
So we had our food, and then we took a walk through that door, and then it was like a whole other world.
It was crazy.
Whole other world.
So if you didn't know, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You would be eating at this place. I heard to eat at this place, but if you didn't know the second half, you'd be missing out on a whole other world.
Yeah. And there's no food in there. It's just a whole bar with a totally different cushy vibe. Couches, bars all like energized. And then they had a whole menu full of great, unique drinks. And what I love about these places that we were going, they have somebody greeting you and actually sitting
I was just going to say that. Oh my God.
So there's the stress that, you know, when you walk into a bar and you're like scouting, where am I going to be able to sit? No, they take care of that for you everywhere we went.
French speakeasies are the best. Or just any cocktail experience we had that we're naming is the best. Yeah, it's like they scanned us. They're like, Americans, all right, I'll speak English. They knew to speak English to us. They greeted us before we could get like, where are we going to sit?
Yeah.
They'd sit us down.
Menus and water right away.
Menus, and they said, I'm going to bring you water right away. And then your bartender will be over or something like that. And we were just like, what?
This is amazing.
Really dark, candlelit, cool music. Everyone's just really real. Everyone's real and in the vibe and in the now and just having a good time. And you could feel the energy of that as soon as you walk in. You're like,
yeah.
And meanwhile, we were just outside at like this Greasy Spoon kind of place.
Yeah.
having delicious, and you never would have thought this place existed.
So cool.
We were so...
Yeah.
We felt like, that's like it's like the witch in the wardrobe or something, or the wardrobe. Something
Lion
like,
witch in the wardrobe.
Something where you walk through a wardrobe and like you go into another world. We went through a kitchen door. It looked like a kitchen door. And you would never approach this door if you didn't know, because you'd be like, that's the back area, and you don't go back there.
Yeah.
And I think we were dressed nice enough. You must have known. Obviously, you knew what we were up to. You knew what we were up to.
It doesn't matter. When we go out and we're in Paris, we're not going to look like schlubs.
Oh, my, yeah. The way they dress and their food, they care about both those things. And it's nice to be in a place where they care about those things. I don't have to always concentrate on that. But while we were there, it was really an amazing experience.
Fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
So after we had our beverage there, then my friend Abby also told us about another place called the Little Red Door. So we found this place, and just a rando kind of empty street. And then you walk up to the address, and then you see a little red door. And we went up to the red door. There's no doorknob or anything, and you can't get in. And we're like knocking. And
how high is the door, by the way? Was it a regular door?
I mean,
I think it was like 5.5 feet high or something. Remember, it was like smallish, right? It wasn't like a full-size door. It was like smallish.
Yeah, it was small.
So it's like a small red door, and the place is called the Red Door, and that's all you know.
Yeah.
And your friend tells you to go here, and we're
trying to get in,
push on the door, pulling on the door, looking for like a doorbell or something.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on. I think we got frustrated to the point we were going to walk away, right?
I looked to the left, and I was like, what's this?
Oh, it looked like a wall. It was a wall, but if you look close, there was a line in the wall, and you realized, wait, why is there a line in the wall?
And I pushed it, and then that's how we went in.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And then that was a whole scene.
We could have totally missed that, though. We could have went there and not seen that.
Yeah, you got to look left. You come right in front of that red door, and then look to your left.
Appreciate the red door, but the red door is not the entrance.
Yeah.
See, it's a speakeasy. If you didn't know about the kitchen door, you wouldn't get in the kitchen door.
Yeah.
If you don't know that the red door doesn't actually open the red door place, that you actually have to go to the left. Yeah. And what happened there again when we walked in?
Yeah.
What happened again?
Total scene. It was a total scene. Just a big place. And so we get sat right away, and the menu is a children's book, pop-up children's book, that had a theme of the menu of universal values. And then each cocktail had a name, like achievement, and then it was like Kettle One vodka with, I don't know, elderflower. They had all different drinks, and you just flip through the book. It was so cool.
I wanted the book. It was so cool. I wanted the book.
Like, listen to this. Tequila, I don't even know what this is. Martini Ambrado, carrot and ginger seasonings. Okay, that sounds delicious.
Sounds fancy. And the staff put together the book. They each contributed an idea, a concept, wrote a little something about it. They made the book. The people who worked there made the book.
Yeah.
We walked into like a little creative, artsy community. And I remember that waitress being particularly great.
So nice. She was so sweet.
My God.
So then after we had a beverage there, then we went to spot number 4, and that was called Sherry Butt. And this place wasn't so much hidden.
But we couldn't find the door right away. It's like you look and you see windows and stuff.
Because that was also on like...
If you were walking by, you would almost
Street.
think there were just windows and there was another entrance. You know, you had to like look at it to find the door.
And
I
the
remember.
plaque, there was a wooden plaque out front, but it was kind of small.
So if you didn't know of this place, you would walk right by it.
And this was the place where...
Oh my God.
I had the best drink I've ever had in my life.
That was the best bartender I ever saw in my life.
I mean, just...
We watched that guy for an hour. We were mesmerized.
I had this drink called the Khaleesi, which...
What a great name.
Yeah, of course, Game of Thrones inspired. And it was, I have it in front of me, Pisco. It was lassi coco / cardamom, vanilla, and citron. And then he sprinkled it with, it looks like, I don't even, maybe pistachio or cardamom. It was just amazing.
The guy who made the drink
he
looked like an enlightened kung fu master who was just making his, for whatever reason, was just making his way through the day to make some money as a bartender. You looked at him and you're like, something's other dimensional about this guy. Didn't you get that sense right away? Like, we're looking at something supernatural. This guy's from another dimension.
He was doing movements with his hands. There was nothing in his hands, but it looked like there was just magic coming out.
Oh, and then he would have a square ice cube, and with the magic in his hands, he would turn it to a perfectly round ice cube.
Yeah.
If you went into that place and you had a drink and you have a big sphere ice cube, don't take that for granted. That guy made it.
He carved it.
He carved it perfect.
Yeah.
And like magic, like he wasn't even moving. That guy was...
And everyone was super chill. The bartender, the waitress, going with the flow. And that's how it was. Everyone was just chilling out, which was really cool.
I guess that was true of all the places too, wouldn't you say? Even if it was a happy vibe and a jovial vibe and it maybe got a little loud, everyone was very chilled out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Paris.
So that was one of the funnest nights of my life. Funnest times of my life.
I guess this show will be called Paris, We Miss You.
Yeah, that was pretty wonderful.
A la Rich Rafterman, the modern day troubadour himself.
Yes.
You know what? We're going to close this show with a song where he sings about Paris. We're definitely closing the show out with a Rich Rafterman song.
I love that album.
Yeah, that album's really great.
Awesome. Yeah. It's called Modern Day Troubadour. I don't know if you can find it anywhere, but it's Rich Rafterman is the artist, and he wrote and sang and produced all the songs, and it's just a great album. I love it so much.
I have to say, one of my top 10 albums of my life is that album.
So I think we'll be listening to that when we drive over to Himalaya.
You think?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Jen and I sat down. We haven't seen each other in weeks just because we've been busy. I mean, of course, we see each other, but we haven't connected in this way in weeks. And life just had us. You were really into your ayurvedics and what was going on with you, and I was really into everything that was going on with me. And I think we were happy to like see each other physically, and I meet eyes every once in a while, but I don't think we hung out in a while.
No, there was no hanging out. And during the week, it's not fun hanging out during the week. Work and school and just juggling that. It's just tiring. Every day should be a Friday, in my opinion.
This is great. Did you hear about this? And this blew my mind. This is how ingrained we are in our stupid 5-day work week. This is how ingrained we are. This must have been the one day I was listening to the radio and my phone was broken. Because I never hear commercials or news or anything like that. I heard that Microsoft in Japan, let's say, tried a 4-day work week to see how it would work out. And everything I heard was not just a little positive, but like super positive. Production was up 25%. The costs were down. Like real significant numbers. And then they ended by saying, Microsoft in Japan will consider doing this program next year. Like, what?
What's there to consider?
What is there to consider? Who is it? Somebody was so habitually tied to 5 days a week that even though everything black and white on the paper showed everything was better, people like twitching like,
yeah, they can't handle it.
We can't do 4 days.
It's so funny you say that because I actually also this week read an article about a 3-day work week, and there were studies.
You sent that to me, I think.
Did I?
Yeah, I don't get news unless somebody sends it to me or I accidentally listen to the FM radio.
Yeah.
I don't get news.
And I don't really either. I don't know where that came from. But New Zealand also piloted, a company in New Zealand piloted it, and it also was extremely successful. So
you could say at our core we're not supposed to work that much, and we know it. Nobody says it. But in our spirit, we know it to be true. And then when people recognize it and try new stuff out that recognizes what's true for our spirit, wow, amazing results happen. And then people, what do they do with that? Ignore it till next year? The jig or the gig?
The jig is up.
The jig is up. I hear Microsoft, you immediately got legitimacy. Any story I hear, I'm going to believe. And then the data I was hearing, like the jig is up. Yeah. No more 5-day work weeks. Cut it out. Nobody benefits from that. Recognize.
4 days. I would be grateful for 4 even.
Yeah, because then you're happier.
But in an ideal world, 3 days a week, what's that important?
What did the article say in general? Like 3 days a week, legit.
Yeah. That's
productivity up over 5 days.
Yeah, because you're getting more done.
Let's take baby steps, though.
But 4 days.
There seems ample evidence for a 4-day work week. Let's go, people. Wrap your mind around it. Wrap your brain around it. You know what I'd like to advocate for? This show has a voice at all. We went to a party. I was talking to someone I know who's a state trooper. And I was really not happy to find out that they have them doing 10, 12-hour shifts as their shifts.
Wow.
But then I read some studies on it. It seems 10 hours is okay.
I think the 10-hour days was part of the 3-day thing. I think. Or I remember reading something about
10 hour 10-hour days were okay. So I was, that settled me down. But in the study,
it settled me down.
It did. I don't like stuff that seems like, that's not right. Why don't people recognize what's right and do what's right? That stuff always annoys me. But a light and nonsensical show, so I'll keep it light and not get too heavy on it. But I was upset when I heard it. I was like, come on. State troopers, isn't their job hard enough? Give them a steady work week. You want to work them 10 hours? All right, studies prove that it's not a big deal. Internally, I get a little like, 10 hours? But if studies show, the math's there, the studies are there. But the study didn't mention about how does it affect people who have alternating schedules. So you're working 10 hours during the daytime, like a 9 to 7 kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And then 2 days later, you got to work from 1 in the morning to... Like, very comprehensive study didn't mention that. That's what bothers me. And that nonsense should be cut out as well. Because I don't even need a study to know, like, you can't be going to bed 4 days a week one time and 3 days a week some other time.
That's not sustainable.
Come on.
And not healthy.
That's
terrible.
You ask. I want to ask a bunch. I want to show we ask a bunch of kindergartners that. I bet you they know that. I bet you if you asked them, what do you think about it if your schedule was you woke up to, and they would, nobody would say, I would love that.
Yeah. I'd be curious. Why? Who does that?
Can I really do that? Oh, no, you can't. I'm going to ask my mom if I can do that. Shut the show down.
Yeah, we're going home now.
Anything else? Wow, we went off on a tangent. But I feel like it was a necessary tangent. Like, come on, people. 4-day work weeks, 3-day work weeks. Recognize the value in it. Get over your past but we do things this way.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
That only lasts so long.
I'd be curious if we ever really saw that in this day. If the tide would turn.
We just mentioned a legit study.
Yeah.
Why would people just say, that's study?
What's the reality of that really happening?
What's holding people back from doing it? What do you think? What's holding people? We talked about the nudity episode and what's holding people back. What do you think? Yeah, this can be fun. What do you think if you had to come? Yes, I'm pointing at you. This is very important. It's important. What would you think imagine? What's the reason why people have a problem with that? Like, people have a problem with it and you're saying, well, did it even happen in our lifetime? Because people have a problem with it. Yeah. So how would you define that in any way, in any angle you want to take it? Mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, religious, any angle you want to come at it.
I think in the most basic of explanations, it's because that's the way it's always been done.
That's the way. We always did it that way.
Then that would be a paradigm shift.
That's a great use of that word.
Yeah, because you'd have to completely change your entire perspective and belief system, and it's like doing a 180.
We're better off a UFO lands and ETs come out and talk to us. We have a better chance of acclimating to that, you say.
Yeah. Probably. ETs, you know what? We heard about them. We haven't really seen them. They're here now, and they're not really jacking shit up. So, yeah, but a 4-day work week. Hold on there. There you go. Let me go ask the aliens and see what they think. Yeah. So what do you think?
I love that. If we ask the ETs just landed, we're okay with that. We'll ask them.
What do they think?
If they say the 4-day week is good, we'll go with that. Mm-hmm. Cheers to you.
I'm going to be best friends with all the aliens.
Great one. I love that one.
So what's your rationale or reason? Why
First of all, damn, not that I got to top it or anything, but...
Oh, we have to go soon.
What time's our reservation?
7 o'clock.
We have 2 minutes to wrap up, so okay. I have 1 minute to come up with a story, 30 seconds to say it, 30 seconds to wrap up. Press is on, give me a minute. Flip the egg timer, now. I got my answer. Conspiracy theorists out there, you're going to love this one. I think the 5-day work week was always to keep us a little down. Not to get political. If you look at governments in general, the sense, Quinnipiac can take a poll, the sense you would get is government for us or are they for something else? A government's for us? Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. I think that the poll would show that in a nutshell. So it's like that system oversees our educational system and oversees our work system. In my opinion, I may be totally wrong. And that system is set up to keep you a little like whatever it is that keeps whoever's in charge the way they like things to be.
I could see
that's that. That's not funny. It's not a comedy. That's the first thing that came into my head.
I can see that happening, and I think it could change if you have the right people in place.
Yeah.
Like higher evolved beings.
So, John Field, if you're listening, you know of John Field, right?
I do.
People are calling for him to run for office, and they don't care what party he runs for. And I understand that. Because what I think what parties do, and I'll try and keep this light, but it seems to me what I think political parties do is kind of pick sides on things and divide. There's only one truth. You can't pick sides on the truth. And I think why people want John to run is they see he represents the truth.
I like that.
And so people just want the truth. Any party that could woo him in to run with them knows it elevates them. And everyone at their core wants the truth, even if they're in a system that doesn't seem to act that way. And I think that's why they want him to run. And John, personally speaking, I would love to see you to run.
I'd vote for him.
I'd vote for him. Even though it's Long Island, we'll move there, register, vote, and we'll move back. But I don't think votes are going to be an issue. Like, phenomenal work.
So this was a little touch of Paris, a little touch of work weeks, and a whole lot of nonsense. We're going to go eat some Indian food.
Jen, great job wrapping up the show. I know at the end I got a little serious there, but look, we're just talking about what little changes we have to make to our life that will allow us all to experience a little more nonsense in our lives, a little more play, a little more fun. The data's out there, the examples are out there. Open your eyes and follow along and have fun and set free your inner child and being.
And that's one to grow on. Thank you, honey.
The more you know.
So this has been Jen. Thanks for listening.
And this has been Kurt, cutting it off because my wife is giving me the cut it off eyes. Till next time, everyone. Peace.
Namaste.
Wake up in the darkness and I try to steal a smile from her. The smell of baking bread is in her hair, but she is silent and the weight of morning hangs upon her shoulders like a cloud that's in the air. So proud and distant on the outside, took me all this time to find the warmth that's buried in her heart. And in the morning when I leave her, she is far away, like all the things she offered from the start. But when the sun shines through, she always knows just what to do to prove her loyalty. She's there for me. She's older than she knows, dressed in fashionable clothes. She knows I'm moving on, I'll miss her when I'm gone. Paris, I'll miss you. I'll miss you.